The author of Mercy Wins, a new book that I've written just out of my own life's journey and discovering the mercy of God for my own life. It came out of a deep encounter from the Lord regarding the book of James, where in the book of James chapter 2 verse 13 he said mercy triumphs over judgment, and then again in chapter 5 he says these words, if any man turns another man from the error of his ways, let it be known that that man has saved a soul from death and covered over a multitude of sins. That is such a brilliant definition of the mercy of God, who comes to us and speaks to us of the error of our ways. Our ways, my friends, not just the sin life that we have, not just the fruit that hangs from the tree, but the error of our ways. That's the thinking patterns that we have that actually drive us to places that many of us don't want to go. We wish we were free from. We wish we could stay away from. But because of the way we think, we often are driven to places that, well, as Jeremiah says, they're broken cisterns that we drink from wells of water that really do not satisfy us. And the Lord has been speaking to my heart recently, especially about the state of California. When I was a young boy, we lived in California, and He's just been sharing His heart with me regarding the state of California. And I just see, we look into the Bible and we see the difficulty of the state, we see the sins, we see the good and the bad. But the biggest thing that I'm hearing from the Lord right now is how He wants to embrace California with His hope and with His mercy. And I think that it's something that He wants us to see. I mean, it's easy to see the sin. Can I just say that the scriptures are very clear on the life of sin, that the Lord considers wickedness before Him. But it's not so easy to hear His heart except for those that lean in. And I'm just encouraging you all to go and talk to the Lord today and hear His heart regarding the state of California. I believe He's about to embrace the state of California. I believe He is wrapping His arms of love around the state. I believe He's introducing Himself to California as the God of hope, that there is hope for change and hope for a new way in God. I believe He's showing His mercy to California. Mercy looks like so many different things. For Hosea, getting his wife who was wandering away from him, who was walking in immorality herself. Mercy to her was Him bringing her home and calling her to restore the relationship. For many other places, mercy looks like different things. And in my book, I talk about the different ways that the Lord has shown mercy in my life, the way that He wants to show mercy to us. And I just encourage you and I exhort you to find my book. You can get it online. You can find it at daleanderson.org. You can find it at oasishouse.org. Or just write me at daleanderson@ihop.org and get in contact with me. I will be in California at the end of March. I just encourage you to come and join us for our Mercy Wins conference in Brea, and encourage you to let your heart touch the heart of God regarding His heart for California and regarding His heart for other people. One final word. My friends, the Lord, one of the things that He wants to change in our ways is the way that He speaks to us, and we do not believe what He says to us. And I think that we don't believe Him in two areas, and it works its way out in our daily life. I believe, first of all, we don't believe His words to us so often when He reveals Himself to us about Himself. In other words, showing us what He's like, that He can be trusted, that He's loving, that He's tender, He's truthful, He speaks the truth, that He walks in righteousness. He always tells us what is right. He always says things that are right, and He always tells us the truth. The second area that I think we often don't listen to Him and don't believe in Him is that in light of the first, how He reveals Himself to us, we often, again, we do not believe what He reveals to us about how He thinks about us. And because we don't believe it, we run from Him. We turn from Him. We think, it just can't be true that You love me even when I'm so full of sin, when I'm so just wandering in my own ways. And He said, no, it's possible for me to love you. I can love you. And these are the areas that He's been speaking to me. These are the areas that I talk about in my book, Mercy Wins. I just want to encourage you to lean into the Lord in this hour. Talk to Him. Pray. Go and seek His face. Hear what He has to say, the truth about Himself, and hear what He has to say to you. Well, God love you. The 24th to the 28th of March, 2011, I will be in Brea, California to do a Mercy Wind conference. Come and join us at the Firehouse House of Prayer. Look for us online. Bless you. Love you. Good night.